Yo, what is up? How's everyone doing? So I wanted to come on here today because I had a good friend of mine, brother to me, ask, kind of a little bit about how to navigate MetaTrader 4. So although you see on the screen right now that we have actual a chart GU, we're actually going to be going over a little bit more of, understanding how to navigate MetaTrader 4. So for those of you that don't know what MetaTrader 4 is, maybe you're new, they're trading in general. It's pretty much where you're going to take your broker and then you're going to allow your broker to be on a trading platform in order to enter trades, take your trades, close them out, open them, and, just different things of the sort. So I just wanted to break down a little generic, maybe a little bit extra things that maybe you might not know, but it's pretty much going to be a basic of, understanding a little bit of it. So I'm actually going to go to my phone and actually share my screen rather than this one here. So give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. All right. Oop, come on. Now I gotta make me host again. All right, now we're back. So what I'm gonna do here is, obviously you can see I have MetaTrader 5 and 4 here. So all I'm gonna do is open the app. I'm just gonna use an old, account. I mean, I don't have anything in it at the moment, so it really doesn't matter to me. So pretty much what you're gonna do is, let's say you're gonna create a new account. You'd go to log into an existing account, which would be, depending on what broker you have, but let's say you have KOT Live 2. So I'm gonna enter my login, which is gonna be my actual account number. So this, like, for example, the 2000097 would be my account number. And then within your broker, when you get on the screen, you would see your password that you're able to implement in order to sign in. So I'll just come back here to my thing since I already logged in. So as you see here, this is how you would set it up. Let's say I got $3. I don't even know when I made this account, but the point of it is we're gonna kind of go over like some easy ways to use it. Obviously, you see here on the side, you have your actual, you do simple, form, or advanced. To me, I guess it really doesn't matter because it's been a while, but as you can see the difference between simple is just gonna be basic, gonna give you your price on your right over here. And then you're gonna have your actual pair. So your USD, GP, PUSD, ECAT, EJ, GJ, US30, SPX. So different, whatever you decide. So I have cryptos at the bottom here, US30 mini, US30 Pro. I have quite a few of them on here. Litecoin, USD ZAR. So there's quite a bit. So how I kind of got all these, we'll start with that, is you're gonna go to the plus over here. And then depending on your broker, what they offer, some brokers, depending on if like you're a live account as such, or if you're like on a funded account. Now some funded accounts don't allow crypto trading or don't allow indice tradings. So they won't have as many options here. So as you see here, though, this is the crypto category. So you go into cryptos and you can see any type of crypto that you might want to get into. Basic attention coin, which is called BAT, Dogecoin, Dash, BNB. So simply what you would do is just let's add Binance coin versus the dollar. I'd come here and then now I can go to the bottom and actually look at the chart of Binance, okay? Now I can see, where price is at, what I'm looking for. So you can see, what you're gonna look at as the chart. So let me come back to this. So also something you can do is here, you can, with the little pencil mark, you can decide whether or not you would like to delete them or keep them. Also, you may want to move a certain, one, let's say, for example, I want to move US30 to the top of my list in order to be easier for me to get to. You can move them around just by touching these 3 little bars, moving them, up and down. That way you can have your preference of maybe what you want to trade this week at the top of your list, rather than having to go down here and move and then pick one down at the bottom, one at the top. It makes it a little bit easier. Second now, okay. So obviously you have your pairs, you're able to come over here for an exotics. So exotic pairs, US dollar, Chinese yuan. I don't even know how to say that. I actually never even seen that. It's my first time. US dollar versus the Turkish dollar right here. So there's just different pairs you can get into: metals, gold, copper. I already have silver, so there's platinum. You can add also. Indices are going to be DAX, like I said, NAS, SPX. I'll probably have an SPX Mini. Now, as I stated, SPX Mini is maybe only available to KOT4. I know that US 30 Mini is only available to KOT4. They might be offered on some of the platforms, but I'm not sure about that. The advanced setting, for me, the reason why I like the advanced setting is because over here at the left, below your currency or your indice or crypto, whatever it is, you'll see the spread. So what the spread is how many between the asking price and the bid price. Okay, so you see how there's a yellow, I mean, not yellow, a red and a gray line between the two. So one is one of them, but between those two lines, you're gonna have, at this one, a spread of 200. So as it is when you enter, the spread is gonna be 200. Now, if you go to Euro USD, you'll see that the spread is a lot different. It looks bigger here, but it's because look at the difference of the decimal moves on this. So on the right hand side over here, the purple line, that's 1.15796. Now, if I go to like US 30, you'll see how different the numbers are. We're in the 36,000 range, 33,600 range. Okay. No, I'm wrong. Sorry. That's 36,000. I'm sorry. Apologize. So you can see the difference of, it looks smaller here, but you can see on the left or the right hand side that there's a big difference within the actual price point. Possibly between here, oops, not a Fibonacci. Between this line and this line would probably be, so my point is in this is that it's just a lot more volatile. So a smaller move here is going to be worth a bigger move in general, if that makes sense. Okay, so make sure you understand your spreads. As you see here, there are spreads here. US JAPI has 9, 8. So the spread always moves depending on your broker and what they want to do. From 2 o'clock p.m., I'm in Pacific time myself, to about 3, maybe 4. Market day changes, so your spread will always greatly increase. So let's say like GBP USD might go from a spread from like 10 to 9 to maybe like 30. And that's because that's just, that's what the brokers are doing. They're allowing the spread to be different. I can't say that I would explain that very well because I don't know 100%. So I'll just leave it as is, and I'll definitely have to research that and get a little bit more information. Anyways, so back to this. You also have on the price side over here, you have the low, and then you also have the high. So that's something else that you can kind of take in consideration, understanding the low of the price and the high of the price of the day. Then we go to, like, obviously you see the chart. So there's quotes, then there's the chart, and the chart's obviously going to show you what you want. And then within the chart aspect, there's quite a bit of things you can do. So if you come up here to where it's a circle, triangle, and a square, this is going to be your overall objects. Okay, so for an example, you have vertical lines, horizontal lines, trend lines, trend by angle, which I've never used, arrow line, regression channel, and just pitchforks. I've never used some of these, but Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci expansion, rectangles, triangles, eclipse, Elliott wave. So there's different tools that you can use in here to benefit maybe your trading style, depending on what you like to use. For me, a real common one for me is a Fibonacci. So as you can see, this is not the normal one. I've already set it up to be at my points of Fibonacci price where I like them. So I'm going from the low to the high. So this is something, let's see. So this is what I would look at from the low of this bottom here to the high of this peak that's right here. left to current price. So those are certain things you can use. To delete them, you just hold on to the actual one and delete it. You can also change your properties within it. So let's say I want to change how this is. I go to properties, and then I could use, let's say I want to change my inputs as far as like 50, 68, 61, 71. So for an example, the 50, I will just get rid of it, and then I'll put it back. So now it's done. My 50 is no longer there, which originally it was somewhere around here. So there's different ways to, change what you like within the actual tool that you're using. So like I said, it depends on what you like to use. As you can see here, I have a whole bunch of, this is pretty cool too, because whenever you go to your overall objects, you see like BTC, I have these certain ones, horizontal line, which pretty much is me just marking off price points of interest, CAD JPY, I can't remember what DJC is. Anyways, Ethereum, Euro odds, you can see all your set points of whatever, whatever you're putting out there as far as objects on each pair. So this here is just a little tool to kind of direct price. You can also look at the bottom where it'll state the date at what that price point is. So let's say I want to look at the top of this peak where the cross meets the target. Price was 36,017. And then it was on November 1st at 1300 hours, okay? So this is a very good tool to kind of find out where price was at that point, what time, especially if you're someone that trades into time frames or session breaks or session times, being London, Asian, New York, Sydney, depending on what you trade, okay? Another thing is here, your hourly here. So you want to go to your time frame. So you have the monthly is the biggest one. So the MN is the monthly, the weekly is the W1, the daily is the D1. And this just allows you to see bigger, smaller pictures all the way down to the 1 minute M1. So this is a 1 minute time frame. This is a 4-hour time frame. So this is just based upon your time frames, what you want to choose, what you want to look at, okay? Let me see if I can find something else. So if you hold down here or you double tap, you're able to put indicators. So indicators may be, as you can see here, I have a volume indicator on the bottom, this bottom part where it's green and red. Volume showing, how much volatility is in the market at that time. So you double tap your screen and you put, you can come here to your main window. Then you can add Bollinger Bands, envelopes, moving averages. I've never used Bear Power, Bull Power. I've never used any of these. The MACD, I've heard of that. I've kind of messed with that a little bit. But these are just some of the indicators that you can use: volumes, money flow index, alligator. I've heard it's a really common one with people that like to use it. So there's just different indicators that you're able to come through here and add. So let me just add Bollinger Bands just for the heck of it so you guys can see it. As you can see, I see Bollinger Bands here now. So the Bollinger Bands pretty much is price between these 3 lines. Normally, when price peaks out of it, it should come back into the bottom Bollinger Band, but it doesn't always occur. For example, you see here, comes out of the Bollinger Band. So I can use this tool. Comes out of the Bollinger Band here, and then originally tests, since we're in an uptrend here, comes out of the Bollinger Band, kind of comes back in, hits the middle, decides to come back to the bottom, and then a continuation of its bullish aspect. So see here, it breaks out, and then it kind of stays above this point, never comes back back into the bottom here until it squeezes in this area, okay? So this is just certain things, that might help you depending on what you like. So I go back to indicators. I would delete that one because I don't really care for it, but that's how you would get to the indicator window. Any indicators you like. Settings would be maybe like bar chart. Okay, so this is a bar chart. You see how it looks very different compared to my candle chart. Okay. Then you have a line chart, which is just a basic line of price up and down. Okay. Also, you can ask for volumes. Okay, so then I have another volume here on the bottom in green. Ask price, and so the ask price here is the one that I was saying, it's the red and the gray. So now that I take that away, you see how you no longer see the red one. Now you only see the bid price, I believe it is. So now by me putting that back on, you'll see that that one appears now. Okay, that's how you get that setting there. Period separators would be obviously your session separators. I believe so. I may be incorrect. 21. Oh, 1 second. Let me see what that is. Actually, I don't think I've ever used them before on this at least. Let me see if I can. Yes, I don't know how long the period separators. I'd have to look at, what, maybe it's determined on what time frame. So by the looks of it, oh, we can do this. So the looks of it, it's by day. So this is a daily separator. So within this day, or within this white line, the white line here is a daily separator. So it allows you to see the different daily, what it does in a day, pretty much. Okay. Trade levels, which for me would be, actually don't know. Oh, I think that's on the numbers on the side. One second. I actually don't know what the trade levels are. I don't think I've used them. So I'll leave it on. But that's pretty much it. Colors, you're able to change your foreground. So your foreground is going to be your background. So I'll change it to white. I was black before. Maybe that wasn't. One second. I guess I was wrong about that. Oh, yeah, so the foreground is the side. So you see where like the numbers are. You don't see the numbers there anymore. Change it back to grayish. So now you're able to see the numbers on the side, okay? So there's some stuff that I'm learning too while we're doing this. Bar up, bar down, grid. Also here, this is a basic, so black and white, green and black are the basic, and then you customize it, because this is how I've customized mine. So bull candle, bear candle, line chart, volume, bid price, stop levels, trade levels. So for example, if I do bar down, and let's say I change it to green, right now it's gray. All right, so you see now how my bar down is green, and oops. So now my bar down here within this candle is gray. I mean green rather than it being gray. So it looks different. This one's green here. So if I go back to change it, then it becomes, change it back to white or whatever it was. Now you see the difference, how it's no longer green, it is white. Same thing with bar up, it would just be changing the color of the bar on the top side, okay? So there's just some different things you can get into. Bear candle could be bearish or red, or you can change it to blue, and the bull candle could be white. It all depends on what your preference is and how it looks better to you. So now we go to the trade. Pretty much on the trade, this is going to show your balance, your equality, your margin, your free margin, margin percentage. So this is pretty much going to be your homepage of where you'll be on profit. You can take a trade depending on what you're on. So let's say I want to go to GU. I go to chart. I can put trade on the top right and enter a trade, or I can double tap and push trade to get into the trade, or I can come over here to the middle and I push the plus button. And since I'm already on the other, I'm already on that chart, then it automatically is going to go to GU. So if I change it to EU as the chart, and then I come to my plus here, it's going to be, oh, it's still EU. That's crazy. I thought it would change. Oh, so it doesn't. So see, so trade, and then it'd be EU here. And then I think once I do that, then it changes to EU on the plus symbol, okay? History is gonna be your history of your weekly, your monthly, daily, customized depending on how far back you wanna go, years, depending on how long you've been trading. So yes, so that's pretty much it. In the settings again, you have your settings down here, which is pretty much your information. You come to your chart, but that ends up being that place we've already went to when we double tap. I can't say that there's too much more that I can explain here. That's pretty much the basis of it. You know, just kind of got to get used to using it. For me, I'd say that it definitely takes time, like anything else, just to learn it, to mess with it. I recommend, you know, maybe if you're on a live account and you don't understand what you're doing, maybe go to a demo account and then just kind of maybe mess with it here, you know, get into learning how to enter a trade, how to mark up your certain aspects here. So maybe you want to take this point to this point. Also, so here's another thing. Let's say you want to go to trade, and let's say that instant execution means right now, if I was to buy or sell, I would be in that trade at this price point. Now, let's say that I see price that went down here. Now I'm waiting for it to return up into this area in order to sell off again, because this is a bearish move. Now, if you want to create a sell limit, you go to trade, and then you go to sell limit. Now, your price point would be entered at where you're looking at. So for example, let me actually look at that. So let's say I was interested at 15,620 area, okay? My stop loss would be 15,750, okay? We go to trade, 15,620, stop loss would be 15,750 area. And then my TP could be, let's say I'm looking at 14,500, just for an example, okay? So this is a place sell limit here, okay? As you can see here, my sell limit is set at my set point of entry here, where I was looking at. My stop loss is above the highs. Not saying that everyone needs to trade this way. I'm just saying this is kind of how you enter a sell limit or a buy limit. And then my TP would be down here where the TP is at, okay? Same thing with the buy limit. Okay, so you come here, buy limit. So buy limit, let's say for an example, you find a bullish ideal, which is US CAD probably at the moment. Okay. All right. So let's say we had this bullish movement here, and I was looking for a retracement to come back down somewhere to enter. For example, we'll just mark off a couple levels. So let's say that I'm looking for this area here. So we'll do 24,250, and then we'll do 24 as an even number here as the stop loss below this previous low. So from here, buy limit 24,250, stop loss 24,200, and then I'll place it. Okay, so now you see here, well, that's 24 even, sorry. So now that I messed this up here, I'd go here, click on it, and I go to modify, and then I would just make it 24 even. Okay, so this is how you would change it. So as you see, it's pretty far down here. I like it a little bit higher, 24,100. And honestly, I'm doing this so you guys kind of get a better idea of how you would change this if you had that issue. Okay, so now you see here, it's at the proper point where I'd be willing to take my stop loss. And then for this one, I'm not going to set any type of TP at this moment. I'm just showing you guys. So yeah, so same thing. So pretty much with this, you're waiting for price to come back down to the buy area of a limit, and then you want to see it continue in a bullish aspect. So kind of at the point where you're like, okay, it's up here. I want to see it come here, and then I want to see it continue in a bullish aspect. Now, buy stops are different. Buy stops would be, let's say, let's say if price breaks above this line, I don't do buy stops personally, but let's say price breaks above this line and you're looking for targets up here, you look for price to come here, and then you want to see it continue up in a bullish manner. So 24,980 trade, create a buy stop, 24,980. Say I would do a 20 pip stop loss of 24,780. Okay. So now, as you see, if price was to come above and break this area, I would look for it to continue up. And then this would be my stop loss of where I don't want it to come back to. And if it does, then obviously I'd break the stop loss, but that's how you create a buy stop. Same thing with the sell stop, same idea. And I believe that's it. Can't think of anything else. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully you got some good information. Definitely, leave a comment, or if you have any questions or if there's any way I can help you. Otherwise, like I said, you can always leave a comment and I'll tend to look at them, and see what else I can give you guys. So appreciate you guys. Have a great, wonderful day, evening, night, or whatever it may be for you.